Walmart is going to start putting police departments inside their stores. The first one to receive this mini police station, you guessed it, is going to be in Atlanta at 835 Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. Every time you hear that name in a street, you know it's bad. Apparently, since they opened this Walmart, there has been all kinds of theft. One time, somebody even started a fire in part of the store as a diversion for a mass exodus of thievery. We're not even talking about one or two people. We're talking about mobs of theft. So it's either this or they're going to start shutting down the store. And that area is very economically depressed. There's no other stores. So the city wants to keep the Walmart because people are not going to they have to go like 5-10 miles to the Kroger. So they're like, hey, listen, why don't we start this? And this plan is going to, if it works in this location, maybe used in other locations too. So it's going to be, a center with 3 to 5 cops will be there. So that's a decent amount of cops. Walmart's not even going to have to pay these cops. These are going to be on-duty cops. They're going to rotate in these locations. Like I said, the city is kind of subsidizing this. And Walmart, gives money to the police department. So it's one of those things. But guess how the police department is also going to make up for this? Going to use the names against the NCIC database. So they're going to know if you're in the store and you use a credit card, if you got a warrant out. But get this. So let's go first touch on why police department, right? Why have sworn peace officers in the store versus loss prevention? Well, obviously, loss prevention can't do the same things, Sure, some targets in some states, like I used to work, they can do physical apprehensions if they visually see someone steal. But there's tons of liability. You don't have a weapon. You can't actually arrest them. In sum, police can literally have a lot of latitude. We know this with what they can do. So having them in the store is huge. I mean, they can just arrest them, process them right there, and it's a huge deterrent. I mean, are you going to go shoplift? Are you going to go rob a place where there's a couple of armed officers there that are actually cops? I mean, probably not. So anyway, the way the city's going to make some of this money back is by people who have warrants. Obviously, a lot of people aren't happy about this idea of their name being ran against a database for warrants just because they went to shop at Walmart. But we're talking about an extremely high crime area. So a decent amount of the people that go there may have outstanding warrants. Like it or not, this is a way to keep people safe. And I started thinking about the scope of this if it was applied everywhere. I mean, think about it. If in every Walmart that had a high theft or was in a bad neighborhood, you started running people against the database for warrants, that would clean things up so fast. I guess the downside is you don't want to be a Walmart and be caught in a firefight, right? I mean, that's happening anyway, right? It's happening anyway. But you're going and shopping, you don't want necessarily people to be caught. Oh, you got to warrant, cops arrest them. But it's happening anyway. This is the world we're living in now. And it may work as prevention. People will stop going if they know they got outstanding warrants or they could be in a bad situation. So I see this working out. Another thing I was going to say is this could tie into another story that I just saw. I don't know if you guys saw this video. It's like 25,000 people this past year that crossed illegally into the United States were actually Chinese citizens. So that's more this year than have crossed over in the past 10 years combined. Thank Biden for that. I mean, that's just plain and simple. And this is true. There's people that observed, the crossings through the jungle from South America. They say it's more than doubled the past few years than when Trump was in office. Because, the policies now. These asylum, they're just handing it out. One of the crazy things with these Chinese illegal immigrants is that China won't take them back. So 100% of the Chinese people that either ask for asylum or cross illegal or are found out get to stay in the United States. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? When they came out and said China won't take them back, I was like, well, just put them on a plane and fly them back to Beijing or Shanghai or wherever. And what in the world? Oh, they won't take them back. Anyway, I guess, I don't know if maybe that's inhumane or you're not supposed to put them on. We do that states do that to each other, busing immigrants out. I say put them on a plane and send them over back to Beijing. But apparently they can't. China will refuse to take them back. So I want, it would be, we ship them to Beijing, then Beijing puts them back on a flight over here. Anyway, jokes aside, It's a very strange situation that's going on. So when we talk about the border, it's not just, oh, well, the Mexicans are coming over, this or this, and they're just looking for asylum. You have people from South America, Venezuela, Colombia, and you have people from overseas, Middle Eastern. I mean, it is a national security issue. And the Chinese are arming cartels in Mexico. That's a whole nother chapter. So there's a whole lot of ideological and other shit going on with China, trying to destabilize the United States however they can. So I don't know. And again, the idea of asylum too is so broad. Like, what is qualifies as asylum? Let me tell you something. If you're running away from your country, you could be running away more often because you're a criminal, because you're wanted, because you've done something sketchy. Oh, I'm being persecuted in my town of Colombia. Yeah, everybody's a political refugee or something. No, these people, sketchy stuff. Let's just say this, okay? The people you're getting are not the cream of the crop. So there should be checks and balances when they're coming through, not just letting people through, let them cross illegally. Like I said, it's a whole nother chapter. But Walmarts in these areas of high illegal immigrants could also be used to find out. I don't know why, and people be shocked by that. Oh my God, I can't believe you would suggest such a thing. And it's like, why is it outrageous to suggest that people follow laws and that people who aren't following the laws be held accountable for such, right? Why is that? Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Why? Every other country does. Mexico does, South America, Colombia, everywhere you go, you can't get away with the shit people get away with here in the United States. And this political correctness, you can't even speak about it. I don't know. Well, that is my theory, Maybe it's insensitive. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. Of course, I am concerned with government overreach. And this could go sideways. This whole running people's background against the NCI, FBI database or whatever. Because only law enforcement has access to the NCIC database. By putting a police department in Walmart, suddenly, boom, they have access to that database, and here's the cord running with every transaction. So you're just connecting these two things, and boom, you have all of that data exchange. Could it be used nefariously? I mean, if you're not doing anything illegal, it shouldn't be. Like I said, I don't think this should be something that's widespread. And I don't think it will be because it's not cost efficient to put a police department in every damn grocery store. But I think in problem areas, this is the solution. Absolutely. And I'm 100% behind it. But watch people flip out. I don't know. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. I thank you guys for watching. As always, buy red and sell green.